The crowd was buzzing with anticipation when Apple unveiled the Vision Pro 2, its second-generation mixed reality headset. Just a year ago, Apple dipped its toes into the headset market, boldly promising to redefine computing itself with a sleek device that merged digital and physical worlds. The first Vision Pro was met with fascination, skepticism, and a fair share of memes about its price tag. But here we are again. Apple is back, doubling down with an even slimmer, smarter device, and yes, it still cost a staggering $3,000. The big question hanging in the air, is this really the future, or just a luxury toy for tech elites? Apple didn't play it safe this time. The Vision Pro 2 looks immediately different from its predecessor. It's slimmer, lighter, and for the first time, doesn't feel like strapping a miniature MacBook to your face. Apple engineers reportedly shaved down nearly 20% of the headset's weight. And while that may sound like a small number, it changes everything when you're wearing the device for hours. The sleek aluminum frame blends seamlessly with a new composite band, giving it a futuristic feel without the scuba mask jokes that haunted the original. Simply put, Apple heard the critics, and they listened. But slimmer hardware is just the beginning. Apple's real weapon here is its upgraded silicon. The Vision Pro 2 runs on the brand new M4 Ultra chip, designed specifically to handle real-time 3D rendering, advanced eye tracking, and ultra-high-resolution pass-through video. The first Vision Pro sometimes felt like a proof of concept, impressive but limited by slightly laggy pass-through and a narrow field of view. Now, with the M4 Ultra, Apple promises latency so low that digital objects feel like they exist right in front of you without that unsettling shimmer or delay. This isn't just AR, it's nearly indistinguishable from reality. And then there's the display. Apple calls it Micro-OLED XDR, a mouthful that basically means pixels so small and dense you can't see the grid no matter how hard you try. The Vision Pro 2 now supports 4K resolution per eye, paired with an adaptive brightness system that adjusts to your environment. Watching a movie on this headset doesn't feel like a gimmick anymore. It feels like you're sitting in your own private IMAX theater. Early testers have already called it the ultimate Netflix machine, though some critics argue that nobody should spend $3,000 just to binge Stranger Things. Still, for media lovers, this headset delivers something no TV on Earth can match. But perhaps the biggest innovation, and the one Apple clearly wants everyone talking about, is its new gesture and eye control system. The Vision Pro 2's sensors now track subtle finger movements, even when your hands rest naturally in your lap. Look at an app, pinch your fingers and it opens. Want to type an email? Glance at the keyboard. Move your fingers slightly, and the AI-driven predictive text fills in the blanks. Apple calls it effortless computing, and it's a bold bet that this could eventually replace your laptop or even your iPhone. That's right, Apple isn't hiding it anymore. The Vision Pro 2 isn't just a companion device, it's the foundation of what they see as the next computing era. Of course, no Apple keynote would be complete without an ecosystem play. With the Vision Pro 2, Apple is weaving its services tighter than ever. FaceTime calls now feature holo-presence, projecting your contacts into your environment as realistic 3D avatars. Apple Fitness Plus expands with fully immersive workout environments, transporting you from your living room to a mountaintop yoga retreat. Even Apple Arcade is getting its biggest push yet, with developers building exclusive AR-first games that respond to your physical surroundings. Imagine dodging arrows in your living room or racing a car that zooms across your coffee table. It's no longer VR as escapism, it's VR as everyday life. But here's where the story gets complicated. For all its upgrades, the Vision Pro 2 still carries that eyebrow-raising $3,000 price tag. Apple defends it by calling it the most advanced consumer electronics device ever created. Critics, on the other hand, see a problem. Who exactly is this for? Hardcore Apple fans with deep pockets will rush to buy it, no doubt. Early adopters will flaunt it on TikTok, and influencers will make it a status symbol. But for the average consumer, $3,000 could buy you a high-end MacBook Pro, an iPhone, and maybe even an iPad thrown in for good measure. That's a lot of competition even for Apple. Still, Apple has a history of making expensive products mainstream over time. Remember when the iPhone debuted in 2007 at $600, 0 cents, and people thought it was insane to spend that much on a phone? Today, it's the standard. Apple Watch was dismissed as a niche gadget for fitness nerds. Now, it's the world's best-selling watch. Apple may be betting that the Vision Pro 2 is the start of a decade-long journey where, by version 5 or 6, it'll slim down further, cost half as much, and sit in every household next to the TV. The company isn't just selling hardware, it's selling the future and asking early adopters to fund the ride. One area where Apple might have finally cracked the code is design credibility. The original Vision Pro drew criticism for making users look like astronauts wandering around their living rooms. Memes of dads wearing the headset while their kids begged for attention flooded the internet. This time, Apple leaned heavily into lifestyle marketing. Their ads don't show nerds in dark basements. They show chic professionals using the headset while cooking, designers sketching 3D models at their desks, or families watching movies together. Whether or not people actually use it that way remains to be seen, but Apple knows the power of perception. If you can make a headset look cool, you've already won half the battle. Of course, the skeptics haven't gone anywhere. Privacy experts raise alarms about the Vision Pro 2's eye tracking data, which could reveal unprecedented details about user behavior. Will Apple truly keep that data private, or will advertisers eventually find a way to monetize where your eyes linger? Then there's the health concern. Wearing a headset for hours can strain your eyes and neck, even if it's lighter than before. And while Apple touts its device as a productivity tool, some critics say it's just an expensive toy designed to lock you deeper into Apple's ecosystem. The divide is stark. Is the Vision Pro 2 the dawn of a new era, or just another flashy gadget that will fade in a few years? Yet, love it or hate it, one thing is clear. Apple has once again captured the world's attention. Competitors like Meta, Samsung, and even Sony are scrambling to respond. Rumors already suggest Meta's Quest 4 will heavily borrow from Apple's design. Samsung is reportedly preparing its own high-end mixed reality headset. In many ways, Apple has set the bar not necessarily for sales, but for ambition. They've defined what the future of headsets should look like, and whether consumers bite or not, the industry is now forced to play catch-up. So is the Vision Pro 2 the future? Maybe not today. For now, it's a luxury, a flex, a peek at what's coming. But history has taught us something about Apple. What seems like science fiction today often becomes standard tomorrow. The iPhone, the iPad, the Apple Watch all started as status symbols before quietly embedding themselves into our daily lives. The Vision Pro 2 may feel excessive right now, but give it 5 years, and we may look back at this moment as the real beginning of spatial computing. And that's where we leave you with the million-dollar question. Or rather, the $3,000 question: would you buy one? Is Apple Vision Pro 2 a glimpse of the future you can't afford to miss, or just another overpriced toy for tech fanatics? Whatever your answer, one thing's certain: Apple has once again made us dream bigger, argue louder, and imagine a future we didn't think was possible. If you enjoyed diving into this breakdown of Apple's boldest device yet, make sure to hit that like button, drop a comment with your thoughts on whether you'd spend $3,000 on this headset, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the hottest stories in tech. Stay tuned because the future is only getting closer.